So ladies and gentlemen, it is final day here in Mallorca. Welcome here to Polo Line TV. We are at Mallorca Polo Club. My name is John Kent and I will be commentating for you. Delighted to be here today for the final and the subsidiary final of the Copa Mediterranea here in Mallorca. And it is the two teams who are actually playing two finals here. MLAW taking on Mas Polo, the same finalist from the rained-off Copa Baleares earlier on in the season. So two trophies being played for today. MLAW, the mighty team from the UK. Spencer McCarthy and his side coming on to take on Mas Polo. MLAW in their famous red shirts, of course. Mas Polo out there in the white. The weather, a little bit grey, a little bit overcast. The rain, it is forecast for later in the day, but it is held off so far as we look at the two teams for you. Mas Polo, Michel Grabosch off 2, Emil Grabosch off 3 goals. Patrick Mas, I don't think he is off 6 goals. We will get that looked at, but it's Santi Marambio off 5 goals. MLAW maxing off, not goals. Spencer McCarthy, 1 goal. Max Charlton off 6. Nacho Gonzalez off 3. Patrick Mas is 0. So it is 10 goals of Mas Polo taking on the 10 goals as well of MLAW. We play open in any case, but the ball is play, and the first of our 4 chukkers here, the final of the Copa Mediterranea here in Mallorca. And straight away, it is Mas Polo with the ball. Sending it down the ground is Emil Grabosch. Look at these two players, the two young Grabosch players for this team in white. Very impressive, looking to get going quickly. But Max Charlton, the England international, takes control of the play. Charlton looking to spin it back round. He's under pressure there from young Michel Grabosch, but Charlton just slows it now down the middle. But the umpires, the first whistle of the game. So 4 chukkers here in this 10-goal tournament. As we have a look at the instant replay. Early on, an early whistle. Look at this beautiful setting here in Mallorca. Daniel Krasman. You will see all the Krasmans playing throughout the day here in this tournament. It really is an incredible setting. I do encourage anybody who's looking for that last bit of polo in the European season. It is a wonderful place, the island of Mallorca here. The final day of what has been an amazing month or so of polo here. And first chance of the final, as the umpires just clear a horseshoe off the ground. It is going to be a penalty for 60-yard shot in favour of Mas Polo. So slightly rejigged schedule for the day. Moving these games earlier in the day with that rain forecast later on today. So we'll be showing the final here at 11 o'clock, for sub-final due to get underway at 12:15 as Marambio takes for 60, it's up, it's high, they're pointing left, the flag did wave, but straight away both players and umpires indicated that the ball had gone wide to the left-hand side. So no goal early on in this game. And now, let's have a look. Nacho Gonzalez, Max Charlton, the two players. Nacho, he reached 7 goals at his very best, as did Max Charlton. They really are two of the top UK players over the last 10, 15 years or so, and they combine so well for this MLAW side. Look at that. They send Spencer McCarthy away to the left-hand side as McCarthy now looks to run. Marambio comes back. McCarthy, just a little chip into the air. Picks up the bounce as well. Spencer McCarthy looks to go. He's going at a little bit of an angle to the right-hand side. He may run out of space, and yes, he does, but Spencer McCarthy, that is the danger he is capable of showing. As I said, Nacho Gonzalez, Max Charlton, they are staples of this MLAW organisation, whether it's here in Europe, over in the UK. So Spencer McCarthy and those two, they know exactly where they are going to be. And you saw that space open up there as it's here now with Marambio. Marambio sends it long down the ground. He's looking for Emil Grabosch at the front. Grabosch ridden out of it by Gonzalez. Gonzalez just looking to use his experience. The umpires blow a whistle. So that one's going to go in favour of Nacho Gonzalez, as we said, looking to use his experience there. We have a look on the instant replay. Nope, just gone out of shot, actually. But what you would have seen there was Nacho Gonzalez. He just ushered Grabosch in behind him, drew in that foul, as you can see now. And that is that experience I spoke about. And it's going to be a penalty, 5B here, in favour of Emlor. If you're joining us on social media, please do let us know what you're watching from. We, of course, have all of our social media channels live. The Polo Line TV crew here in Mallorca. As McCarthy goes down at the ground. Gonzalez takes the tap. Gonzalez sends it down at the ground. He's looking for Max Charlton out to the left-hand side. Just urges his horse down the ground. Charlton behind him there is McCarthy. McCarthy in front of Marambio. McCarthy now leaves it for Charlton. Charlton just got stuck there underneath the pony, and Marambio will bring it back round. The marshal of this mass polo side sends it long, but it hasn't quite got the distance, so Charlton gets there, a little dummy backhand, spins it round now to the left-hand side. Charlton now to the right. In there comes Grabosch. They don't want to give Charlton any time to settle. He now looks for Gonzalez, and another whistle on the ground, so a little bit of a scrappy start to this opening chukker. It's another whistle. This one is going to go in favour of Emlor. As we have a look at the instant replay, you can see Charlton and Gonzalez combining there, just coming across the line again, the player in white, so close penalty. It's going to be a 30-yard one. And a big chance here for Emlor to try and get the opening score. So I think the umpire's just giving Max Charlton the chance there, just to, looks like he might be rubbing his lower back there, whether he got a horse's head into that area. Oh no, I think actually he dropped his captain's armband on the ground, so they've just let him pick up the armband off the ground. And so, Gonzalez. 3 goals now, Nacho Gonzalez. Walks up, half swing, along the ground. Nothing you could do about that. Through the centre of the goal. And Nacho Gonzalez has the opening goal of this final of the Copa Mediterranea here in Mallorca. Also being played, as I mentioned, for the earlier tournament in the month, which was rained off just a couple of weekends ago. So a double chance of glory for both these sides. It's a little whistle on the ground. They've just asking something there, the players in the centre of the ground. So clock stop momentarily, and we're off again now with the ball in for the players in white. And Mass Polo, they look to get going now. It's Grabosch, just has a look down the ground. Long drive there at goal. Is going to go close, but I think it's just going to be ushered out to the left-hand side. These two Grabosch players, 1 and 2 for Mass Polo, really impressive. It's all hit and run. It's open, quick polo. Very difficult to defend as a halfway point of this chukker. The umpires will let the players go off and change. So we will have just a couple of minutes halfway through the opening of our 4 chukkers for the players to go off and change. We do that every chukker here. It's grey, but it's warm. It's probably just about 21, 22 degrees here, pretty still. So the umpires going to let the players go off and change. So do follow us across all of our different social media channels. We are here, like I mentioned, bringing an end to the season here in Mallorca today. And, of course, our teams over in Argentina at the moment. We're waiting to be covering everything from the sidelines of the Tortugas. And people are wondering why that has not yet happened. 100 millimetres of rain over the last couple of days over in Buenos Aires. These are our socials here, Polo Line OK on Instagram, Polo Line Int on Facebook, Meta, and Polo Line TV on YouTube. But do keep an eye out. Both on our app, we of course do have the Polo Line TV mobile application. Do download that to catch up-to-date news as well from all that is going on. But it is all about now this final of the Copa Mediterranea, the Copa Baleares as well. At this great club here in Mallorca. It's a wonderful island to visit. Everything reachable from about 30 minutes drive or so, wherever you may be, whether it's in the Polo Club area round here, or of course round on the coastal areas. It's here now with Gonzalez, looking to get going quickly. Max Charlton, fresh on a grey pony here in this opening chukker. Sends it up high, the golf chip into the air, but it's going to come down a little bit short. So coming onto it now will be Marambio. Marambio turns it round. He's got runners out in front of him, and they're going to go quick. They split the field open in front of him, so Nacho Gonzalez just has to be careful. And look at that play by Gonzalez. The near side backhand looking for McCarthy. McCarthy able to pick it up in front of Grabosch, but there is Marambio with the backhand. Michel Grabosch, no, sorry, that's Emil. Emil turning, but again, we see Nacho Gonzalez just with the young flamboyance of those two players in white and in front of him. He knew exactly where to go there. Nacho Gonzalez, little stick in the air. Knew that one was coming, drew him in. And just coming across, turning in front of a line there. So Nacho Gonzalez may well take it down the field as well. I would imagine it'll be a penalty for a 60-yard shot. That is indeed the case, I believe. Yes, so drops it 60 yards out. And then a chance here with another penalty. And that is what has pretty much summed up the first half out here for first chukker in Mallorca. Charlton sends it. It's close. It's there. It had to take a deflection off a stick in the way, but Charlton, they all count. He makes it 2-0 here. So Charlton taking the penalties from distance. He's already had a mightily impressive European season at Max Charlton. Winner over in Amsterdam just before coming out here. Won MVP in that semi-final that we brought to you live a couple of weekends ago. As it's here now with Grabosch. Grabosch looking to get going. Takes it out to the left-hand side. McCarthy's with him, but it's good play there by Michel Grabosch. There now comes Charlton and another whistle on the ground. So it was Grabosch with the ball. I think the umpires again just blowing the young player in white as we have a look at the instant replay. Charlton, again, so clever, knew exactly where just to situate himself. The ball just deflected over onto the near side. He had no play on it, did Grabosch. So spot penalty here. 2 minutes to go in the first chukker. Nacho Gonzalez. Taps it. Charlton stays close. McCarthy with Michel Grabosch. Michel Grabosch has won here now as Gonzalez takes it down the ground. Grabosch putting on the pressure. But good play by Gonzalez. But look at the defence by Emil Grabosch. Takes out the former England captain. But in there comes McCarthy. McCarthy was able to get there, but just the beginning of a little bit of opening up here in this game as we're going for final 2 minutes of this opening chukker. McCarthy sends it wide to the right-hand side. And it will be ball on the back line here with Mas Polo and Marambio. Grabosch runs down the ground, as does Patrick Mas. It goes long down the ground. He's looking for a runner there in Michel Grabosch. Grabosch picks it up in front of Singhoff. Now sent long looking down the ground, but Gonzalez just takes away the young Grabosch. Gonzalez on the near side. Nacho, big open backhand, looking for Charlton. Charlton able to pick up the play now in front of Michel Grabosch, and another whistle on the ground. Again, it was Max Charlton just stopping there, allowing Grabosch to ride into him. And that does seem to be the tactic of this opening chukker. They know the danger of the speed of this team in white, Duemlaw, so they're just taking every chance they can just to draw them in and get any fouls and get the set play. And it's going to be Gonzalez teeing it up as Max Charlton comes back on a fresh pony as we go into the final minute of this first chukker. 4 fouls against Mas Polo. That is the difference. Only one against Emlo so far, that early penalty, but you see how clever they are. It's not necessarily the most open style of Polo, but it's proving effective in this final so far as Charlton now sends it down the ground, looking for one of McCarthy or Singhoff. Singhoff on the near side, able to get there. Max Singhoff, he's got Marambio chasing him. Marambio does really well there just to close out the play and bring it now to the left-hand side. Marambio turns it, sends it right down the ground, looking for Grabosch now to pick it up. This is Emil Grabosch, long drive, looking for Mas. Mas has McCarthy with him. Patrick Mas takes it out to the right-hand side of the ball. Grabosch again comes in to help him out as Mas slows it down. Good pressure by McCarthy. Coming in now, that is Michel Grabosch, picked up here now by Marambio, but it's another whistle. That's whistle number 5 with just about 10 seconds to go in this opening chucker. Let's have a look at this penalty on the replay. You saw Marambio, he's just floating out your picture there and then comes in. Nacho Gonzalez had turned quickly on the line, and that one will be a penalty, I'd imagine a 5B, or they may move it further. Yeah, they're just going to put it on the 5B. Max Charlton felt they were gone, it should be closer, but the umpires stopped them. 5B. So let's see what they can do. The team in red, Emlo, synonymous with success at the medium, 18-goal and 22-goal Polo over in the UK. Spence McCarthy and this Emlo side making their debut in the Mallorca tournament here, the inaugural Copa Mediterranea out here in Mallorca. Gonzalez just got stuck, but was able to reach back round. Going in there was Grabosch, thought better of it, but now they're going to go, and that's the backhand played as the Graboschers look to combine here, and it's Michel Grabosch looking to run away. McCarthy coming back. Grabosch has time. He's run clear. Grabosch with the one tap towards the goal, and that is where this Mas Polo team are so good. It was Michel Grabosch running away. The backhand played by Emil Grabosch. As we will have a look at the instant replay as we hear that buzzer go. Look at the composure here. He just waited for McCarthy to come in, scores a goal, reduces the deficit. End of a first chucker. Emlo lead the final of the Copa Mediterranea here, live on Polo Line TV. 2-1. We'll be back very soon for the second chucker. This second chucker, but it's just gone wide to the left-hand side. So apologies just for getting back to you late. They don't hang around long here. So the beginning of the second chucker. Big hello to Jane Fielding, saying hello from watching in Wales here. Saying good luck to Emlo on our Facebook Meta channels. And they lead for the time being at the beginning of this second chucker. as Grabosh leaves it now for Marambio. Marambio sends it down at the boards. There is Gonzalez. It's just going to stay in play. Yep, and Max Charlton able to pick it up. Just taps it down the boards. Charlton taking it up now. He's being pushed right back there into the corner of the ground as he spins it round now in front of Marambio. Marambio applying the pressure there in the corner as Charlton takes it right. With him still there is Marambio. Now Charlton looks to open it up. A quicker beginning here of the second chukker. I don't know if you can see from your view in the sky. It is cutting up a bit out there. There's a lot of rain elsewhere on the island. So let's keep an eye on the conditions as we go into this game. As it's here now with Grabosh again. In now comes Gonzalez. Gonzalez just ties it up. Sends it down at the ground, and McCarthy is gone as McCarthy looks to run away from Grabosh. It's a reversal of what we saw at the end of the first chuck of Grabosh. Applying the pressure. McCarthy couldn't quite make the most of it, but it's left behind by Grabosh as it's here now with Marambio. Marambio has a look. He's got Emil Grabosh in the centre. To the left is Michal. It's sent long down the ground, looking for Emil Grabosh. Good play by Singhoff, but the umpires, they may not agree with me. They've blown the whistle. As we have a look at the instant replay, it is going to go in favour of Mass Polo. We've seen this foul a couple of times today. The umpire's been pretty quick on it. They're saying you've got to give that space to allow the players to run. If you wave about too much in front of you, they will pull it up. Now this is going to be a close penalty, and Mass Polo, having trailed 2-0, this is a chance to level it up. So as they come around and take this 30-yard penalty, it's going to be Marambio to take it. Marambio with a shot through the centre of the goal, and we are tied up here in this second chukker. Mass Polo getting back into this game. I would imagine they would have just had the captain at the back, Marambio, Santi Marambio, just talking to them, just telling his young players at the front just to be a little bit more contained in the way in which they're riding into the opposition. Give away a few less fouls has to be the key, because when they get running, they've got the capability, which is what you see here as he goes again. Oh, he was gone, Grabosh, but it's just left behind. Now it's here with Emil Grabosh from about 70 yards out with the drive. Going back now is Nacho Gonzalez. Gonzalez, good play there by Michel Grabosh as McCarthy just ushers the ball towards the back line, and it does go over a back line, but that is the danger of this Mass Polo team. As the umpires blow a whistle, just giving a little bit of time now. I think the question is being asked whether it's a safety or off the back line. I think they're claiming that it went off a defending player's stick. They're actually going to give a roll in, so whether maybe it didn't go out of play. Let's have a look here. The umpires are saying they're going to roll it in. Let's have a look here on the back line now. It's still in play there, so I don't think it ever went over. So they stopped and they've said the ball never went over the back line. And then I think the players then say, no, it did. So sporting play from Mass Polo team. They've given Emlor the back line as Gonzalez. Gonzalez taps. Watch now for Max Charlton. Charlton just hovering about 15 yards or so. Now he goes. Now it's here with Gonzalez. Knew exactly where Charlton was being. Now Singhoff goes down the ground calling for the pass. This is Emlor at their most impactful. These set plays as it's here now with Singhoff. Singhoff long drive for about 80 yards in goal, but it's going to go wide to the right-hand side. But another good effort there by Emlor, but it's wide right. So we're still tied up here as we approach just over the halfway point of this chukker. The umpires will let them go off and change. And it's all twos on the board. Emlor, Mass Polo team here, tied in this second chukker. So the umpires in this game, we've been hearing Not unjustifiably so. A fair bit of whistle as Esteban Ferrari and Federico Martelli, the two umpires, with Rafa Silva, the third man in the stand. They've had a lot of work to do, especially in that opening chukker. This one being a little bit more open. Seeing the players get going. Like I said, the conditions over the fields have held up amazingly well. There's an interview you can see with Spencer McCarthy yesterday across our social media channels here on Polo Line TV, where he was talking about the quality of these fields. And they are holding up really well today. Just cutting up a little bit, especially towards the boards. But with the ball now on the back line, waiting for Mass Polo team. You think the nature of it being a bit cut up may well suit the style of Emlor, especially after what we saw in that first chukker. 4 grounds currently here in Mallorca Polo Club, another one on the way. We've got all games on this same field today. Just worth bearing that in mind as we go. We are bringing you this game and the sub-final live straight after the conclusion of the final here of the Copa Mediterranea. With the ball on the back line. Coming onto it is going to be Marambio. Patrick Mas down at the ground waiting. The Graboshes split the ground in the centre of the ground. Marambio sent it out left. They were really going there out in front of them. They gave him a lot of work to do, Marambio, and it just left short as Charlton and Gonzalez comes in. So I know it was McCarthy who did really good work. Now here with Gonzalez spinning back round. Charlton behind him. The two Graboshes, Emil and Michel, there with him. But Charlton spins it round about 70 yards from goal. Sends it up. Max Charlton is going to go close. It's curling. I think it's curling just to the left. McCarthy couldn't quite get there in time to make anything of it. So Charlton just spotted an inch there to go out to the left-hand side. Couldn't quite find the accuracy. But it's going to be ball on the back line here now with Mass Polo team as the umpires blow a whistle. I don't think they'd yet said play. Have to wait for the umpires to give go-ahead before you get going, and they've pulled them back, so it is going to be just them to come again. So coming on to the play. Santi Marambio. Two sides who in the semi-finals of the Copa Baleares really showed what they were capable of on that game bought live. Remember, this is the dual final, a repeat of the rained-off final as well. So playing for the 2 trophies out here this afternoon as it's backed away. Now here with Max Charlton on the near side. Looking to have a look towards the goal, but he's left the ball behind, and Grabosch, he will pick it up. Behind him there with him is Singhop, but still now with Emil Grabosch. Emil sends it long down the ground, looking for Patrick Mas. Mas just reaches out to his right-hand side. The umpires once again, blow a whistle. It's another one of those fouls we've seen a few times today. Just didn't quite have the space, couldn't quite read that pass. As we have a look on the instant replay, so you're going to see Patrick Mas out in front. He'd just gone a little bit too far to the left-hand side, coming back again, and McCarthy rode that line straight and true, and it's going to be a spot hit penalty here in favour of Emlor. So the umpires call play. And it will be here with Gonzalez. Gonzalez, there, close to him is Charlton. Sent out left there by Nacho Gonzalez. Grabosch looking to close him down. Charlton taking on Michel Grabosch. Left behind, good pressure there by Michel Grabosch, and he's stolen it. Max Charlton's not going to be happy as Grabosch goes. Grabosch with the approach. Charlton breathing down his neck. Michel Grabosch, sorry, with the tap towards the goal. Grabosch, look at that. He stole the ball away from the England international. Wonderful play there by the young player. Michel Grabosch came in. Charlton beaten there by the young player, who then still had to keep his calm, had a lot of work to do, and 3 goals in succession. They've turned this round. They flipped the game on its head. 3 games to 2. Mass Polo team lead. A minute and a half, just under here in this opening chukker as the ball goes back in play. Here now with Marambio, but the umpires blow another whistle on the play. As we have a look, the ball came out the back of the line-out. And it's going to be in favour of Emlor. Just inside the half, they are attacking. Max Charlton and Gonzalez will stand over it again. And it's going to be Gonzalez to come round. Nacho Gonzalez. Taps it. Oh, they're going to repeat the trick. I think Gonzalez knew the danger there as Grabosh came in to close him down, sends it long down the ground, looking for McCarthy on the near side. McCarthy got a tap, but look at Marambio, just keeps his cool in front of goal. Still here now with Marambio. Charlton, it comes in. Marambio sends it long down the ground, looking for Grabosh, but in there first is Nacho Gonzalez. Gonzalez doesn't let Grabosh get him. Look at the composure there of Nacho Gonzalez, but then just gets stuck, spins it back round, and between the number 1 and 2, Michel and Emil Grabosh, they got the former England international Nacho Gonzalez there, and this one is going to be in favour of Mass Polo team, and they're going to get another chance here in this first chuck. As we see there on the instant replay, Gonzalez had it under control, but then as soon as they had a chance, they just swarmed in. Draw that whistle from the umpire, and it's going to be a penalty for 60-yard penalty. In favour of Mass Polo team. Can they make it 4-2 before the half-time break? It's going to be Marambio to come round and take. So Marambio with the shot, it's got behind, it's got the distance straight through the centre. A beautiful penalty there with what is likely the last action of this first half. Marambio, no doubt whatsoever, as soon as he hit that penalty, as we hear the bell go. So there's daylight between the two sides, and it's 4 goals with no answer for Mass Polo team, having trailed 2-0. They lead at the halfway point. 4-2 here, the final of the Copa Mediterranea. It is Mass Polo 4, Emlor 2. We'll be back after some words from our sponsors. So welcome back here for the second half of this contest. And what a second chucker that was for Mass Polo team. They scored their first goal right at the end of the first chucker, and 3 unanswered goals in that second chukker. That is the difference between the two sides at the moment. As Mass Polo team, they lead 4 goals to 2. Just waiting for that side to come back on to the centre of the ground. A wonderful penalty by Marambio brought an end to that first half. Big personal hello to Alan Kent, watching over by Cardew Park Polo Club, sending in his thoughts, seeing Emlor leading at the moment, 4 goals to 2. Sorry, Emlor trailing 4 goals to 2. As the players line up on the ground. We are back underway here in this second half. Now, what can Emlor do to stop this Mass Polo team flow? Is it going to get going here? The ground drying up from the morning dew. Let's see if that pays a difference as it's here now with Max Charlton. Charlton just reaching out behind him. Look at that by Charlton. Spins it round, goes left, beats Grabosch for both speed and composure out to the left-hand side. Charlton has a look, now takes it right. Just shows a bit of a play. Charlton was looking to power his way through, but they were open to it as it comes back round. Here now with the waiting Marambio. Marambio takes it out to the left-hand side. Now here, ooh, Charlton comes across as Emil Grabosch came through, drawing in that whistle. And that is going to be another opportunity here for the team in white of Mass Polo team. So a chance here to make it 5-2 now, early in this second half. So Mass Polo, they may have gone away too many fouls early, but they have won 6 of the throw-ins in this contest so far. Just 1 to the Emlor side. So 6-1 in terms of throw-ins won. And when you've got the speed of the 2 Grabosches out in front, they become very difficult to stop. 40-yard penalty. Straight through. Another beautiful penalty there by Santi Marambio. He missed that first one early on in the game, but since then, you don't see much better. Marambio makes it 5 goals to 2 as Mass Polo team really beginning to run away with it. Have a look at this drone view of this penalty shot. Never in doubt for a moment it left his stick. As the players in the centre again. Ball goes in play. McCarthy with the open backhand. Look at set Charlton on his way. And Charlton just beaten to it by Marambio. Here now with Michel Grabosch. All the umpires not happy there with the line in which he was coming in. McCarthy just riding behind him. It wasn't the most obvious straight away. I think he just about stayed on the line enough there, McCarthy, as they came round. So Spencer McCarthy drawing the whistle. And this time it's going to be a close penalty for Emlor. They really need this one, like I say, just to stop that flow of unanswered goals for Mass Polo team. Won't be overly concerned yet. Plenty of time left. Penalty 2, 30 yards will just be a nice way back to start making an impression on this scoreboard. So Gonzalez, he scored one of these earlier and he's got his second 30-yarder of the contest. Nacho Gonzalez makes it 5 goals to 3. All penalty goals for Emlor, the 2 30s, and then that 160 as well from Max Charlton. So just under 2 minutes played here in this chukker. The third of our 4 chukkers, this 10-goal tournament. Ball goes back in play. Here now with Gonzalez again. Now Gonzalez, he's got McCarthy coming in. McCarthy went in to get it there, but Santi Marambio just shows it onto the near side with the backhand. Looking once again for Nacho Gonzalez to get there in front of Grabosch, and the umpires blowing a whistle on the play, and that's going to be a penalty spot. As we have a look here, it was Gonzalez turning round. He wasn't happy with the way there in which Grabosch rode in behind him. So yet another whistle. And it's going to be a spot hit penalty for Nacho Gonzalez and Emlor. Max Charlton just staying close by. Right here in front of us here in the commentary area. As Gonzalez. Oh, look at Grabosh. Thought about coming in at speed there, but he decided better of it. Now sends it long down the ground. Charlton looking to get there. Charlton is able to get there in front of both Michel Grabosh and Marambio. Emil Grabosh comes in here now with Charlton, taps it right. Still now Charlton looking just to force his way through the crowd. The umpires say play on in. There is McCarthy. McCarthy against the post through the goal. And Emlor do make it a one-goal game here in this third chukker. 5 goals to 4 now. The first field goal for Emlor. And again, you saw Max Charlton. He was looking for the whistle. McCarthy just came in, said, get out of the way. I'm going to fire it through. 5 goals to 4. 2 early goals in this second half. They needed to make an impression here in this penultimate chukker, and they've done just that as the umpires just blow a whistle. They spot another loose horseshoe on the ground. And this will be probably the last play, you would say, before they go off and change at the halfway point of the chukker. Maybe they're going to let Spencer McCarthy go off and change. Are they going to say free change to the players? McCarthy, I think, just saying it was his shoe. He's not happy. The ground being a little bit slippy, so he asked if they have said go off and change. So the players, they will use this point. 4 minutes to go in the third chukker. 5-4. We saw Emlor go off at the quick start before Mass Polo team began to run away with it. Say 2 live games for you here. The first one being played for both the Copa Mediterranea and also the Copa Baleares, where the final was rained off a couple of weekends ago. It's been a dry, sunny 4 or 5 weeks that we've been here, apart from what it seems of the scheduled final days where the grey clouds come over. But rain for the time being holding off. We did move earlier to this game, with the rain scheduled to come in later in the afternoon. It's been wet round other parts of the island, but at the moment, holding off here at the Mallorca Polo Club. So do let us know across our social media channels. Hello to Nicholas Coots watching from Montreal, and Uma Lawal wishing all the players the best from Nigeria as well. Thank you for joining us here today for this final. Like I say, you can see us all the going on the Polo Line TV app as well. All of the news, we are over in Argentina. We are waiting news of the rescheduled Tortugas final as well. I think it's raining here. 100 millimeters or so of rain over in Buenos Aires, putting a stop to any ideas of the scheduled final day there as Charlton sends it out to the right-hand side. He's looking for McCarthy. McCarthy takes it out to the left-hand side. Spencer runs. Behind him there is Grabosh. Spencer McCarthy with the cut shot towards the goal. Grabosh coming back. McCarthy looking for another one. Spencer McCarthy. Oh, the whistle's gone. The whistle's gone. What a goal it was, but the whistle has gone. But Spencer McCarthy running away. Let's have a look on the drone. McCarthy, I did just wonder. He cut it a little bit to the right, then came back round. Now the umpires' way in which they've been judging this game today, they weren't going to let that one go. But wonderful play out in front by Spencer McCarthy. Sped round to the right-hand side. That would have been goal of the tournament had they given that one Spencer McCarthy, but just sent it too far right before that backhand. So here now with Marambio. Marambio looking to get the Graboshes running again at the front. It's here now with Emil Grabosh. Good composure, taking it past Charlton again. Emil goes for a big neck shot down the ground, looking for Michel Grabosh. Max Charlton came across. He just had space to get there on the offside. Still being chased there by Grabosh, but it's good pressure. Look at Michel Grabosh going in hard there, but Charlton just able to take it out now to the left-hand side. Charlton Has to look for players, for a little backhand to himself. Look how he opens up the space now. Charlton opens for shoulders, sends it out left. He was looking for Spencer McCarthy, who waits the ball to fall onto the end of his stick. We're going for the final 3 minutes of this chucker now. Can they tie us up? No, good play by the young player, the number 1 shirt, or the umpires. It's this foul we've seen a few times in this game. The umpires being really hot on if you lose the angle of that play. You see there again, it was Grabosh who initially did really well, but Singhoff came round down that line, and it's going to be another close penalty here. This time for Emlor. And you would imagine Nacho Gonzalez will be the player to take. Penalty 2. 2 out of 2 so far. And he may well tie us up here. And they're just asking for a new ball there. Gonzalez wasn't happy with the sound of the ball as he was teeing it up, so the umpires put a fresh one on the ground for him. Nacho Gonzalez with Emlor horses. They have been brought over from England. An amazing operation that Spencer McCarthy runs with his manager, Nacho Gonzalez. Such a big part of it. And how we would love to take home these 2 trophies from the Mallorca season. Gonzalez with the 30-yard penalty. Easy as you like again, and we are tied up once more. And having seen Mass Polo with all of the momentum going into this second half, Emlor, they have answered, as you just knew they would again. With that experience of Nacho Gonzalez, Max Charlton, they weren't going to panic as they line them up. As the ball goes into play. Ball away here now for Grabosh. Emil Grabosh leaves it for Marambio. Marambio just takes out to the right-hand side. All into the pony there. The umpires aren't going to let him get away with that one. It was into the back legs of Nacho Gonzalez. Marambio was saying there was the space there to hit it, but the umpires, they decide otherwise, and it will be a spot hit penalty. You see Marambio just going up there, apologising to Nacho Gonzalez. New rule, we've seen it coming into this sport over the last couple of years, designed primarily, of course, around the safety of all the horses and the players from safe distance as well. You can't just hit the ball from that close up. So the 3 of them in red, McCarthy, Gonzalez and Charlton. They send Singhoff down the ground, and that will allow Gonzalez to come round and take just a penalty from the spot. Gonzalez with the tap. Now coming in quickly again. Thinks better of it once again. Nacho Gonzalez taps it. Waiting now as Gonzalez. Short is a call from Max Charlton. Charlton makes his way up the ground, but there with him is Santi Marambio. Marambio able to spin it back round. Now he turns it down the boards, looking for one of Patrick Mass or Grabosh. Grabosh, look at there again, taking it away in front of Max Charlton. It's here now with Michel Grabosh looking for another one. Michel into the 30. The umpires say play on. Bounce on the ball, through the legs. Look at that by Grabosh. And boy, is he happy. A pump of the fist. Wonderful play there. And the crowd in the corner, they absolutely love it. Look at the way here. It was looking like it could be a neck shot, but he just sent it through the middle of his pony's legs. Wonderful composure there by Grabosh, and he's put his side back in front. And we were talking about potential goal of the tournament. Well, that could be it. Have a look at it on our replays later as it's taken away now. Wonderful play, though. And that is just the confidence they needed to get away there. 6-5. They lead this game. They have given away another penalty. It'd be interesting to see the stats on the number that they have. And it's going to be, you'd say, a spot hit penalty. Another loose shoe on the ground just being picked up by the umpires. Seems to be a sign of the end of the season. Perhaps we've had 4 or 5 shoes loosening off, as I say. the last day of the season here in Mallorca. Horses on their way out after this day of 4 games. 2 of them live here on Polo Line TV. The others, you'll be able to see the highlights from them as well, as Nacho Gonzalez sends it down the ground. Coming across, picking it up there is Marambio. This time the umpires are happy. It's here now with Santi Marambio. Marambio sends it long down the ground. They've split Nacho Gonzalez. It's here now with Grabosch again. And Grabosch through the goal. And that is Mas Polo team at their best. It was Marambio with the perfect pass down the ground. Gonzalez knew he couldn't commit with 2 players in white either side of him. He had to hope the bounce was going to beat Grabosch, but it did not, and it is another goal here. 7 goals to 5. Mas Polo team lead. That was Emil Grabosch running away, but the setup from Marambio was perfect. The players back in the middle. 30 seconds to go in the third, and now they really are running. This team in white just left the ball behind. Gonzalez backed it, but this time there was nowhere there, and they looked to repeat the trick as it sent down the ground, and there is that foul we've seen so many times already just coming across. He had near side, it just bounced over underneath the pony. But they're not going to mind, Mas Polo team. They do give away a few whistles, but it's for speed. It's the daring style of play that gets them those sort of goals that we saw with that 7th one of the contest. And a penalty from the spot here for Nacho Gonzalez. They really do want to get down and make it a 1-goal game before the end of the third chucker. Give themselves that bit more chance as we go into the final period of the Copa Mediterranea here in Mallorca. Sent out left. They thought he was going to Charlton, but he's gone to McCarthy instead. And that has given Spencer McCarthy a lot of room. Spencer McCarthy, oh, look at the speed of him. He runs around the outside. The first ball is gone. Spencer McCarthy, oh, it's gone wide to the left. Wide to the left-hand side by Spencer McCarthy. That was the one they needed, but the bell is gone. McCarthy goes wide left, and with 1 chukker to go here in Mallorca in the final of the Copa Mediterranea, it is Emlor who trailed Mas Polo 7 goals to 5. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back in a minute or so for the final chukker here live on Polo Line TV.
La verdad que Mallorca se puede convertir en un gran destino de polo, primero por el clima, las canchas que están impresionantes. Nosotros hemos venido el año pasado y este año la verdad que se nota un cambio muy bueno en las canchas también. Están haciendo una tercera, la cancha taqueo mucho mejor. Y después combinás todo, el aeropuerto acá 15 minutos, las playas, la verdad la familia Kraseman de primera, el polo muy competitivo. Y año a año está creciendo y mucho mejor el nivel de caballos, de polo, de equipos, la verdad que impresionante.
Well, it's a great pleasure, of course, a great honor to be here in the official season. I'm coming to Mallorca since over 10 years, playing here at the Paralina Club and at Family Kraseman's place, and I have to say it's getting more competitive and more professional every year. Every year coming more teams, better horses. So it's really an upcoming place, and I'm very happy to be part of it since so many years. 1111 is a very spiritual number. It means new start, means gives luck. And at the time I was looking for a team name, and I saw the name 1111 on a wooden nice riverboat in south of France, and I thought, okay, that's a cool name. I copied that for my polo team, and it fits as well good to polo because 1111 means 1-1 in front and 1 and 1 in the back. So since 10 years I use the name, and I'm very happy about it.
Well, first of all, fantastic weather, great atmosphere. You have everything you need here. The airport is 15-20 minutes away. Competitive teams, fantastic grounds, and great people, great friends, and competitive polo.
So welcome back here. The final chukker, or will it be 7 goals to 5? course, here in this fourth chukker. We end on the 7-minute mark, unless Emlor can make the comeback again. We've seen them do it once already. If you have a look at that score progression, they led early, but since then, the speed of the Grabosch players in particular at the front has just been so difficult to defend, and it's this man in possession, Marambio, who's conducted it from the back as he leaves it now for Grabosch. Sends it long, but it's up and over the boards into the pastures out to the right-hand side, and that will be Emlor play. You don't imagine the way this team set them up, they're going to change anything. They're not going to go conservative. They're going to keep on running as it's here now for Singhoff. But the speed again of Marambio this time it is coming back, sending it right back where he came from as Nacho Gonzalez brings it back round. Gonzalez taps it out to the right-hand side. Gonzalez waiting with him there, the two Grabosches. Gonzalez into the point. Now the umpires blow the whistle. Gonzalez, he is saying that Grabosch came right, that the space was there. Let's have a look on the instant replay. Certainly it did go into a player in front, but they're not just going to give it just because of who hit it, but they did decide in the end it was at the fault there of Nacho Gonzalez. So spot hit there for Mass Polo team. Spencer McCarthy, he goes in to apply the pressure at the front as it's here now with the waiting Marambio. Marambio to his right-hand side goes Grabosch. It was Michel Grabosch calling for it, but it's just left short. Now McCarthy with the tail, looking for Max Charlton. He's had a great game, Spencer McCarthy, both in defence and attack as Charlton now picks it up. Waiting with him there is Marambio. Marambio puts on the pressure. Still here now with Charlton. Charlton taps it out to right-hand side. Charlton up high into the air. Oh, look at that by Charlton. Marambio. Oh, there's a tumble on the ground. You could see that one coming as Max Charlton just ended up on the pony's neck. A little bit of a slow motion fall as Charlton has a look. As we have a look at the instant replay, you'll see as Charlton just hit it up into the air and looking for it. He just lost his balance there, and then the horse put its head down enough. Soft landing on this ground for Max Charlton. He is straight up on to his feet again, and we'll see what the umpires call on that play. Don't go anywhere after this game as well. I imagine you're beginning to wake up over in the US, perhaps on the East Coast as well. There's a clock change, of course, here in Europe as well. We love you all joining us and letting us know where you are watching from. Big hello to Adam Snowden as well, over watching in Dubai. Real international audience with us today. I stopped over, actually flew in, stopping over in Dubai last night as well. We, of course, are heading to Dubai for the season out there early in 2026. Now, that sounds crazy to say as we head into the 2026 season, but it's here now at the end of the 2025 season here in Europe. The final day of the Mallorca season here at Mallorca Polo Club. It is at the moment Mass Polo team who look to go again, and this time it's Patrick Mass out in the front. Marambio sent it long. Patrick Mass for his side. He's being chased by Singhoff. Mass is gone. Oh, he's just beaten by the bounce. Gets the backhand. Oh, it's wide to the left-hand side. God. Now that would have sent the crowd crazy if Mass had been able to pick it up, but it's just gone wide to the left-hand side. So close. But it's gone wide to the left on the back line now with Emlor. Sent long there by Gonzalez. Gonzalez looking for Charlton. Charlton forced on to the near side. Still taking it here now. Gonzalez calls for a pass down the centre of the ground. Charlton. They've just under so much pressure, this Emlor side. As we got another whistle on the play, though. So we have another look at the whistle. You heard Charlton there. He wasn't happy. I think it was probably what he was waiting for, to be honest here. As you see, Charlton coming across just in front of him, enough of an angle just to impede him, is the call of the umpires. And That one's going to be a close penalty. And that's not what Mass Polo team wants, as they get just under 3 minutes, so just under the halfway point of this final chuck. And the umpires say, let's go change now. Still a fair amount of time. As you see there, the players going off for changes for team in red. Emlor. They are under pressure, but the experience, the know-how in this side. They win tournament after tournament over, especially in England. You see them dominating at the 15-goal, the 18-goal level, over playing at Guards, playing at Cowdrey Park, all the big clubs over in England, Cirencester Polo Club, Beaufort. They just go all over the country, winning tournament after tournament. They've brought themselves out to Spain for the inaugural season here in Mallorca. They don't want to go home empty-handed. You just know they're going to come out and they're going to have, I would say it's a 40. Penalty-free. It's an amazing setting here as you have a look at this site on the drone. They've done amazing work here. A massive shout-out to Daniel Krasman and all the side here at Mallorca Polo Club. Just see the coast over in the distance. You've got polo clubs, you've got spas and hotels on this part of the island as well. I've got to say, if you are looking for somewhere to come and bring family, friends, horses, polo teams, this is quickly becoming the destination to be on the European polo circuit throughout October. We've loved being here with the Polo Line team, bringing you all of the action, all of the highlights, all of the interviews throughout. And it is all coming down today as Nacho Gonzalez with the 40-yard penalty. Gonzalez with the 40, with the shot, with the goal. It is scored. Nacho Gonzalez makes it a one-goal game here. Just over 4 minutes to go. Remember, we need a winner. We are not playing just for the Copa Mediterranea today. It is also the Copa Baleares. There's so much to play for here in this final 4 minutes. Mass Polo team, they have the lead. Emlor back within 1 goal, though. What can they do? The ball just about to be thrown in play. We're back underway. It's gone towards the Emlor defender of Max Charlton. Charlton under pressure from Marambio. The open backhand player. He was just looking for anyone in red to get there, but in there was Marambio. Now it's 2-take-1. It's here now with Grabosch. Nacho Gonzalez, he has to be careful going back. Oh, Grabosch. A rare mistake from him, leaves the ball behind. There now with Charlton. The umpire's happy that he had the space. Marambio had committed. He may come to regret that one as Charlton now has men over out in front of him. Charlton spins it back round, takes it now to the right-hand side. Still here now with Max Charlton. No need to rush at this point as Charlton couldn't quite connect on the pass. Coming back now here with the open backhand. Wonderful play there as it's sent long. Max Charlton coming back. Charlton has to get there, and he does. On the near side, beaten by the bounce, and it's going to be Michel Grabosch. Is this the goal? He reaches out in front of him. Gonzalez can't do anything. Grabosch with the score, and the crowd to my left-hand side go crazy. It's 8-6. Mass Polo team, wonderful play there, and nothing phases these young players out in front. He just took his time, kept his composure. The goal is scored. 8-6. Mass Polo team, they lead this final. Emlor, they need to gun back. Can they do it once again? As the ball gets thrown in. Taken out left here now by Grabosch again, and he's gone. It's the young player in the number 1 shirt, Michel Grabosch, takes it to the right-hand side. McCarthy can't stop him. He's got another one. The goal is scored. 9-6 now. 2 quick goals, and the crowd in the corner, they think they've won this one. It's 9-6 now. They've just got to keep their calm. They've got to keep on going. Emlor, they know they've got to be quick as we have a look here on another wonderful goal here. The game took a bit of time to get going, but it really has in this second half. 2 minutes to go. Picked up here now by Marambio, but the umpires blow the whistle. Emlor looking at the umpires. Charlton knows they are running out of time in this game as the umpires give it now to the team in white. 9-6. And it is that tactic. We saw it live in the semi-final of the Copa Baleares as well. The way they play, Santi Marambio at the back, he just keeps so calm. He never rushes in. He knows he's got Patrick Mas and the two Graboshes making angles out in front of him, giving space, and he's always at the back, and it's so hard to play against. As we see now, Marambio takes it under 2 minutes. Sends it out now to the right-hand side. Looking for Grabosh at the front. Grabosh with the next shot. It's going to go just wide to the right-hand side. They're cheering to the left. They thought that one was in as well, but it's still 9. 9 goals to 6 still, but that could well be enough because that clock, it will continue to tick. They've got to get all the way down the ground, and then they've got to hope for a penalty. Perhaps a penalty one if they really put the pressure on. But it's Emlor now. So much to do here in this final minute and a half. Gonzalez sending it to McCarthy. They won't give up until that final bell goes as Marambio sends it back where it came from. The tail backhand played, looking for Patrick Mas. Max Charlton gets there in defence, so spins it back around. Charlton now sends it long down at the ground, but it's not going to find his teammate. Grabosh picks up the bounce. Michel Grabosh looks to go again. Michel Grabosh, oh, he just got a little bit overexcited perhaps there, but Patrick Mas, what a shot that is down the ground. It's going to go wide to the right, but again, they're not going to mind because the clock, it will continue to tick. We're into the final minute, and it's a matter of seconds now. The Copa Baleares, the Copa Mediterranea, the two trophies, they are going to go to the team in white, Mas Polo team. They went behind early in this game, but since the end of the first chukker, they have deserved it. They've been the better side. They've played the attacking, running Polo. The bell hasn't yet gone, but the players know that this one has run its course. 9 goals to 6. Thank you to all of our viewers here. The ballot has gone. Congratulations to Mas Polo team. 9-6, they win the Copa Mediterranea, the Copa Baleares, the rained-off tournament from earlier on in the season. And what a game it was. What a performance it was. It started a little bit slowly, but it really opened up. And have a look at these smiles in the tent here of Mas Polo team. They came up against the experience, the might of the Emlor organisation. But Patrick Mas and his side, they go back to the tent, the winners of the 2 trophies here, and look what it means to them. Santi Marambio, Emil Grabosh, Michel Grabosh, they have been so impressive. And they will take the plaudits here as they go in to the tent. They scored some wonderful goals. It was Michel Grabosh who got that goal in, I think it was the end of the third chukker, that one in between the legs. They went from distance. They kept calm when they put the pressure on at the front. Impossible to defend against at times. And there he is, Patrick Mas and his side. He did an interview of us here on Polo Line TV, and you just know how much that is going to mean to him. We're going to see Uno Mas, another team from the stable of Mas Polo team, playing later on as well. But the final, the winners, 9 goals to 6. And we will have a look as well. A wonderful moment there, you see. Both Michel and Emil giving each other a hug there, and how much that means for them. As you have a look at the scoreboard progression, trailed early on, as I said, then they ran unanswered goals. They did tie it up 5 goals all before those 2 late goals in the third chukker. 7 goals to 5, and you just felt they were never going to let it go. You wondered when Nacho Gonzalez scored a penalty to bring it back to within 1 goal, whether that just might open up the possibility of a late comeback. But it wasn't to be. As we have a look now at the stats of the game, I'd imagine we're going to see here the fouls committed. Pretty heavy there. 6 field goals for Mass Polo team, just the 1 for Emlor. I'm about to tell you how many penalties Emlor, they were perfect from the penalty spot. And then they're pretty good as well, Mass Polo team. They missed that 60 right at the beginning. Big difference in throw-ins. 10-1 by Mass Polo team, just the 5 by Emlor. And they did concede more fouls than they would have wanted. But as I spoke about during the transmission, when you play the style they do, when you play that forward-thinking, hitting, running polo, you do often give away the Lions a share of the fouls. But they won't mind, because that score at the top, that is all ultimately that matters. 9 goals to 6. And keep an eye on the highlights as well. We're going to show some of the best goals, because there really were some amazing shots to see. As we have a look here, this was the way in which they just keep their calm. That was late on in the game. Nacho Gonzalez found himself in that situation a couple of times in between attacking players. Again here, you can't commit because the backup's there. You have to hope the player attacking may lose sight of it. I think this is the goal here. If you have a look as he runs out to the right-hand side. Now watch this shot. Through the belly, through the goal, the young number 1, Michel Grabosch. As you see, the speed in which they run just makes it so difficult to stop. Always backing each other up, always making sure if the ball does get left behind, there's another one there. And that will be that from our final. Congratulations again to Mass Polo. They are the winners of both the Copa Mediterranea and the Copa Baleares here at Mallorca. Don't go anywhere. We are going to be bringing you the subsidiary final as well, as we leave you with the shots of the Mass Polo team side here from our first game. And we will see you very soon. A big thank you from all of us here on Polo Line TV.
Are you the only one?
I am. These guys are from Argentina.
Oh, okay.
All over the place.
You follow around Europe?
These guys do. I sort of come and do it. Hello. What's your name?